So my house came equipped with a septic tank, which is different than city or town sewer. So all the wastewater in my house flows out one tube, just like most houses, but instead of going into a bigger tube under the ground that goes off to a treatment plant, it goes into a holding tank, which is under the ground, right in this area. It's about 1,000 gallons, I believe. And then from there is a tube that goes further out into my front yard to the leach field, which is a bunch of tubes with holes in it that allows the water to dissipate into the ground, but all the waste, the toilet paper, the human waste, all the stuff that isn't water sinks to the bottom of the holding tank and gets digested by bacteria and stuff. But in order to prevent the leach field from clogging, there's a filter right in this area here. And about twice a year, you're supposed to dig it up and hose it off and put it back in. Otherwise, the water can't get out to the leach field and backs up into the holding tank and then eventually backs up into the house. So it's spring here in New England, and so it's time to do the filter cleaning. So I think it's about in this area here. So it's only maybe 4 or 5 inches underground. So what I'm gonna do, I think I remember now. I put this big rock on top. I'll mark it. Let's try digging in this area here. Aha, I think I found it. Yeah, okay. So there's like a little, it's a concrete cap. It's smaller than the big one, but it's got this little rebar handle. So thankfully this ground is pretty dry. There's like a gasket or something that came off. Look at that. The ground is pretty dry. I mean, when I did this a year ago when it was overflowing, this all was soaking wet. Like, it's like I hit a ground water reservoir or something. This is damp, but all dirt is damp. So it's a bigger cap than I remember. So again, I want to make sure that I get all the. So at this point, I'm going to put on some nitrile gloves because what I'm about to come in contact with could be human waste. My own family's, but still. I kind of wish I had a smaller shovel, like a camping shovel, because I've got this bush here in my way, and I've got a decorative wishing well in my front yard that my shovel handle keeps hitting. So even though the name of my channel is Doing It Wrong, that just means that I don't have any real formal training. It doesn't mean that I want to do it wrong. So what I'm trying to do is take my time to find the edge and make sure that I clear out as much dirt as possible so it doesn't fall in. I'll show you here in a second the concrete cap. Smaller shovel. Look. So right down here, can't really tell what's on the screen. Right down here is the concrete cap. So it's, I don't know, maybe 4 inches by 8 inches. And here's that rebar handle. So essentially what I'm gonna do is pick this up. Let me clear out some of the dirt around it. So I'm gonna pick this up. And put it off to the side, and there's the filter. So what can you see? You probably didn't see any of what I just shot. So there's the filter, and you can see the waste. It's toilet paper and whatnot. This has a very specific way it needs to go back in. There's an arrow, I'll show you in a minute, so that facing out towards the leach field. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out. I wonder if I should take out some of that waste. Let me think about this for a minute. I don't remember how much of this comes out, if it's just the red part or if it's the whole thing. I'm gonna work on this for a second. You might be out of shot. So here you can see all the stuff that's on the filter. So this is preventing good flow out to the leach field. So I'm going to clean this out. Actually, I don't know if you can hear it or see it, but as soon as I took this out, the leach field, wow, it's really going. So I gotta hose this off. Okay, so this is what it should look like. And oh wow, yeah, this was really needed. I'm gonna take my glove off. I hope I didn't mess up the leach field by doing this, but as you can see, all of that stuff went down. So on the top here is an arrow. Let's see if I can get it in frame. Right here is an arrow that points out to the leach field. So I've got to get that lined up right with the outlet pipe there. So now I'm hoping I just bought myself another 6 months, but I may need to do it more frequently because as you can see, that was full up. So now I'm just gonna put the cap back on and fill in the hole with dirt.